What's up, guys? We're here with Thursday night NFL football action for Week 11. We'll take a deep dive on the Jets versus Patriots. I'll give out my favorite bets against the spread and over-under, and we're going to look at a bunch of NFL player props. Also, we're going to cover the 3 NBA game slate and look at some player props for them, so buckle up. We have a great video for you today. Slam that like button and subscribe to the channel to make sure you keep seeing these videos every single day, and let us know what you're thinking in the comments. I personally read and answer every comment I get. Check the pinned comment throughout the day to see our favorite picks, and you should definitely check back a couple of times throughout the day to see if there are any changes with injury news coming out and player availability being confirmed. Yesterday, guys, we actually should have hopped back in there and made some changes, but it would have been very, very late in the day. Looks like we are probably going to get burned on a very, very tough look there on the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis ends up sitting that game out, and yeah, they are down pretty big there with only 2 minutes left, so that's not looking good. De'Aaron Fox is still live to cover his over there. That game's still pretty early on against the Warriors. Wemby's already made 1 3, so hopefully he can make 1 more. We still got the Thunder to go, obviously at -7. Hopefully they can come through. The Suns are looking very good early on, and we got the Hawks game later on tonight, so hopefully they can come through with a win for us over what's looking like these short-handed Sacramento Kings. No Zach LaVine in that game, so definitely still room for a pretty good night to happen, but off to a rough start. Especially that Bucks play is really, really burning me. I guess we just can't trust them on the Giannis injury report ever. So we'll see how that goes. A little bit of a rough start there on the premium side as well. Some bad luck there on a Paolo Banchero player prop. He ends up injuring his groin. Pause, and now he is going to be out for the rest of the game. So that one's not going to cash. So we'll see what goes on the rest of the way, guys. But we've got a nice NFL Thursday night football game to cover. We've got a few basketball games to cover as well. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Look at this New York Jets going on the road to take on the New England Patriots on Thursday night football. The Jets come into this game fresh off a second consecutive win. They're now up to 2-7 on the season after beating the Bengals by 1 point and then finding a 27-20 win last week over the Cleveland Browns. So they'll definitely take it. Obviously not the easiest game ever. Justin Fields, 6 of 11, 54 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, sacked 3 times. He ran the ball 7 times, but for only 28 yards. Breece Hall had a very good day on the ground, 21 carries for 83 yards for him, so that looks very, very good. Breece Hall also had that 1 catch. That was a screen pass, so 42 yards right there on 1 pass for Justin Fields, who basically did... It's brutal to say somebody went and played an entire football game and did nothing, but that's kind of what it felt like to me overall. So not exactly a great day there for the Jets. They do get the win, though, so congratulations on beating Cleveland. Playing Cleveland at home versus playing Cleveland on the road, totally different situation. The Jets defense, after selling off some guys, almost made Dylan Gabriel look like a real NFL quarterback. Now, he only completed 17 out of 32 passes, but he did have 2 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, 167 yards. He was also sacked 6 times, so not exactly a monster performance, obviously. The running game did get some stuff done there. The Jets gave up 158 yards on the ground, something that could be a huge problem in this matchup. So we'll see what happens there. They gave up a lot to Jerry Jeudy. That's going to be a problem as well against a Patriots team that is more than happy to move the ball either through the air or on the ground and has looked really, really good. So the Jets do get the win, but was it a great win? I'm not going to say it was a great win against a pretty terrible Cleveland Browns team. So we'll see what the Jets can do in this one. The injury report is a little bit concerning. Garrett Wilson confirmed out for this game. That does not help. Other than that, they are healthy there on defense, so that's a good look. Or on offense, that's a good look. Now on defense, it's kind of the other way around. Thomas going to be out, so going to be missing a starting cornerback. That's a problem against the Patriots. Also could be missing 2 starters there on their defensive line. We'll do a little bit of a closer look, but I don't think we have a ton of clarity. Yeah, questionable and officially questionable. So we'll see, but it's going to have to be a wait-and-see spot on those 2 guys. So very unlikely, or actually 0% to be a full-strength Jets defense in this game, and that's going to be a problem. Obviously, guys moving around a lot since the Jets were trading off some of their better assets, so we'll see what they can do here on the road. Taking on the New England Patriots, they come into this game 8-2 on the season. They've been playing incredibly well, winning 7 in a row. They just took down the Buccaneers, a 28-23 win there down in Tampa Bay last week. A very good look. They haven't maybe played the toughest schedule, but they've got some good wins mixed in there. Definitely that Buccaneers win goes on the list, beating the Buccaneers, beating the Bills. Losing to the Steelers, that's probably their other opportunity to get a decent win, but they'll have some more chances down the stretch here. Another game against the Bills, going up against the Ravens. We'll see what this Patriots team can do, but right now they are looking like they might have a chance to come out on top there, at least in the AFC East, if not in the AFC overall. So we'll see how it goes in that win there at Tampa Bay. Only positives, pretty much. We loved what we saw from Drake May, 2 touchdowns. He did get picked off once and sacked once, but not a terrible day. 16 of 31 is not an amazing completion rate, but 270 passing yards looks very, very good. Trayvon Henderson, a monster. 14 carries, 147 yards, 2 touchdowns. He broke off that 69-yard run. Nice. Overall, they did a really good job moving the ball on the ground and through the air. Mac Hollins, a monster performance from him as well. 6 receptions on 10 targets for 106 yards. Very good there. Kyle Williams, he got a touchdown pass, a 72-yard touchdown pass, so that was pretty cool. A lot of positives there for the Patriots. They just found a way to get the job done offensively. Now, defensively, they gave up a lot to Baker, I'm not going to lie, but this couldn't be a more opposite situation going up against Justin Fields as opposed to going up against Baker Mayfield. But Baker did have 3 touchdown passes and 273 yards against them. They picked him off 0 times and sacked him twice. So that was all a bit concerning. They did give up a little bit to the run, not a crazy amount, but 113 yards on 21 carries is not like you had a monster day slowing down the run. So it wasn't exactly a banner day there for the Patriots defense. That being said, the Patriots defense has been very good. The Buccaneers offense has been excellent this year as well. So once again, a study in contrast here. We've got the Patriots defense after going up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now they're going to go up against the New York Jets, a team that doesn't seem capable of passing the ball or running the ball or really doing anything positive right now. So we'll see what they can do in this one. They did generate 0 turnovers. I do not expect that to be the case in this one. I do think the Patriots will come up with a takeaway or 2 here against the Jets. Looking at the injury report here for the Patriots, they come to this game missing some pieces, but I don't think they're the most important pieces. Ramondre Stevenson will be out for this game. That's not a problem for me at all with what we saw from Trayvon Henderson. I love him getting more carries. Also, he's been less fumble prone, so that might be a good look. He may be the RB1 here before we get in, much deeper into the season. We do see maybe the wide receiver 2 they're going to be out for the Patriots, but more importantly, the offensive line is fully healthy and ready to go for this game. Now, on defense, we do see a Christian Ellis. He's going to be out for this game, officially out there. Missing one of your starting linebackers isn't great, but that hip issue will keep him sidelined here on a short week. Other than that, though, the defense for New England is fully healthy and ready to go. So that is a big deal at this point in the season. To be even close to fully healthy is very, very nice. And they are a very healthy and very good defense. Over the course of the season, the Patriots defense, 6th in the NFL, giving up 19.2 points per game. I'm sure they are very excited to be going up against a team as bad as the Jets, and they're playing in primetime, so this is a chance for them to really make something of a statement. Now, looking at the numbers for this game, the Patriots, they are 13-point favorites. We got a total of 43 in this game. The weather in this one, going to be around 38 degrees, so not super hot out there. 8-mile-an-hour winds, so actually kind of cold, kind of windy. No precipitation in the forecast, so we're not too worried about the wind here, but that is a little bit cold and a little bit breezy, so it might have some small impact on the kicking game potentially, but I'm not too worried about that. In terms of some trends for this game, the Jets, they are 5-4 against the spread. They are 6-3 to the over this season. The Patriots are 7-3 against the spread. They are 6-4 to the over themselves. In terms of an against the spread play, I'm going to take New England to dominate in this game. The Jets can only have success if they can run the ball. New England is 5th in the NFL in run defense. Anything under 14 is an excellent play to me here. And while this could be maybe a letdown spot for the Patriots, it's also a letdown spot for the Jets coming off a big win a week ago, and they've won back-to-back games. I think we see the Jets actually look like what they look like against they're a terrible team. They're really, really bad. I think the Patriots are going to put that on full display. I expect New England to run away with this game very, very aggressively. Now, in terms of a total, in a cold primetime game like this, I actually will take the under. Both teams would like to run the ball, and that's going to result in a shorter game, less offense overall. So I'm more than happy to take the under in a game where I think the Jets will struggle to score at all. I don't know if there's props out there on potentially, picking this to be a shutout, but I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that the Patriots completely shut out the Jets in this game. I think it's going to get pretty scary there for the New York Jets pretty freaking fast. They are not this level of team. They're going to look really bad here against the Patriots. So those are my leans against the spread and over under. We actually have a couple player props, several player props that we like for this game. And first up, I like Drake May here over 5.5 rushing attempts at -140. This dude has been a monster running the ball at times this season, and despite having 7 carries at Tampa Bay, he only had 13 yards. So going with his over on attempts here seems like a great spot, as he's going to want to show out here in prime time, and there should be plenty of opportunities against the Jets defense that, I mean, how many guys for the Jets are really going to be capable and willing to tackle Drake May? I don't know how many, but I do expect him to get to 6 rushing attempts in this game. I'm not sure how many yards he'll end up with, but I do think he's going to try and run the ball a few times. I also like the way the Patriots have been moving it through the air, the way Drake May's been throwing it. I'll take over 239.5 passing yards here at -115. He's been comfortably over this number in 3 straight games, and against a terrible Jets defense, banged up in the secondary, he can definitely put up whatever numbers he wants. But the concern on this play is they might end up in a blowout and running the ball a ton. So this one may not make the pinned comment. I do think that over on his rushing attempts, though, has a pretty solid chance to make it into our core plays. On the Jets side here, I'll take Justin Fields under 36.5 rushing yards at -115. He hasn't been over this number in any of his last 5 games, now going against an elite level defense. Is he really going to break off a bunch of massive runs? It seems pretty unlikely to me, and I know you don't need a ton of massive runs to get to 37 rushing yards, but this just entire team has not looked good. I'm not loving what I'm seeing from Fields, either through the air or on the ground, so I just really struggle to think he's going to have a better rushing performance here against the Patriots than he's had in any of the last 5 weeks. That feels very, very unlikely to me, so I do think his under here on rushing yards is very, very live. On the Patriots side, I'll take Trayvon Henderson under 17.5 rushing attempts at -140. He's been under this number in each of his last 5 games. Even if he does end up being a game where the Patriots are controlling things and running the ball a lot, I think we'll see him share carries with some other players rather than pile up 18-plus carries all on his own, since he's looking like more of a RB1 than Ramondre Stevenson, who continues to miss time here. And I do think the Patriots, if this is a blowout game, are going to want to protect him a little bit. He's been a big part of their success lately. Being able to run the ball is key. Having a couple different guys to mix in there, I think will lead to Henderson probably ending up with somewhere around 15 rushing attempts as opposed to the 18 or 19 that would cost us this play. A little bit of a deep cut here, guys. I'll take Mason Taylor under 34.5 receiving yards at -120. He barely got used in the Jets win over the Browns, only getting 2 targets, and going against an elite opponent like the Patriots, I think we see something vaguely similar to that here on Thursday night. I also have zero faith in Fields right now. Just the way he's throwing the ball, the way he's playing in general, I do not like. It looks terrible out there, so I don't expect Mason Taylor here to end up with very many receiving yards at all. I think it's going to be a pretty brutal night out there for him. A kicking prop, one of the first and only kicking props I feel like we've worked in the mix this season, but this one seems relatively reasonable, especially at this price. I'll take Nick Folk over 1.5 made field goals in this game at +130. He's been great lately, making every field goal he's taken over the past 5 games. We only need him to make 2 to cash this play at an excellent +130 price. On a short slate out there, this does have a chance to be our dog of the day. I know it's a little bit of a shot in the dark here, but it's a good price. Folk is a good kicker. There's a little bit of a breeze in this game, but nothing too insane. The Jets are definitely a team that could get bogged down in the red zone and make for some easy kicks for him, and I think the coaching staff is dumb enough to take field goals even in a game where they're going to need touchdowns to have any sort of chance against the Patriots. So yeah, Nick Folk over 1.5 made field goals, getting big plus money seems reasonable to me. Hey guys, hopping here with a quick shout out to the sponsor of today and every day's video, and that is StumpTheSpread.com. Click the link in the description to go over there and see the top confidence picks from our entire team of experienced cappers. Right now, our premium members get daily NBA, NHL, UFC, NFL, college football, and now college basketball picks. We've had a very nice run over there. We're coming off a very nice day there yesterday on the NHL side. We've been on a very nice run on the NBA prop side, but getting some very bad luck there recently, missing a couple picks there by the half a point or half an assist. Also, tonight getting very unlucky. We had Paolo Banchero's over, and he ends up with a groin injury and is going to miss basically the entire game. So that was pretty brutal to see that right out of the gate. So definitely been some up and downs lately. Look, Toledo is looking very, very good for us right now, but overall it's been a little bit rough recently, and that can be a good time to jump on board there with the premium plays. The bounce back is coming, guys, and this is a very, very good time to get on board. Tons and tons of games, tons and tons of sports being covered over there in the premium section. Every single capper that we have over there at Stump the Spread has over a decade covering his given sport. A ton of work goes into those plays every single day, using some very sophisticated tools and algorithms to make those predictions, taking a crazy amount of data points into consideration. So definitely consider signing up for a premium membership over there at StumpTheSpread.com, but you also want to get over there to StumpTheSpread.com and check out all the free stuff. It's very easy to get there. Just type StumpTheSpread.com into your browser of choice or click the link down in the description. Get over there, click the free picks tab. You will see all the free picks that we offer every single day. Definitely should be a college basketball one over there tomorrow, hopefully an NBA one as well. There could be some hockey in there, some college football, some college basketball. You never know. All kinds of stuff can end up there in the free picks tab. Also, you want to get over there, our free to use bet size calculator. Use that. Make sure you're not blowing your whole bankroll on 1 or 2 bad days. You also, maybe most importantly, should get over there and get on that free email list, guys. That is a fantastic resource. Every single solitary day, you're going to get 1 email. It's going to have at least 1 free pick, oftentimes 2 or 3 free picks in there. Parlays are included in those emails as well. Information on niche sports betting like golf, NASCAR, all kinds of tennis could even be on there. And every weekend, we send out a ton of NFL touchdown props. Last week, we went 4 for 6 on big underdog touchdown props. It was a very, very solid one. You can see them on the screen, the ones that we cashed last week. A very, very great resource. And it's absolutely free. It's super easy to sign up, too. You just click that little login button. Once you get to stumpthespread.com, it's in the top right-hand corner. It'll prompt you to set up a free account. It's going to ask you for your name and your email address. That is it, and you'll get that email every single day. So definitely get in on that if you're interested. In terms of results for our premium plays today, it's still very early on. We've got a lot still going. Obviously, a bit of a bad beat there on Paolo Banchero. Getting hurt there. That prop is not going to cash. We did have the Bulls -1.5. We jumped on that very early before the line moved against the Bulls, and the Pistons ended up sitting everyone out in the Bulls after saying that Giddey was going to play. He did not play, and we eventually see them lose that game against basically the second stringers there for the Pistons. So that was a very frustrating one. Some tough luck there. Still in the very early parts of that college basketball season. That's why you're seeing half unit, 3/4 of a unit kind of plays. We're going to be ramping that up here pretty soon once we have a little bit more of a sample size and they've played some real games on the college basketball side. So hopefully some better luck coming there on the college basketball side. Still 2 nice 1-unit plays live there on the NHL side. NHL coming off a very good day. Grayson Allen, he's looking good to cash his over on assists. Toledo, like I said, looking very good to win their game. So definitely still live to have a decent night over there on the premium side. Also, if you're a huge fan of what you're seeing from us here every single day, click that little join button right below the video to sign up for a YouTube channel membership. YouTube channel members get early access to all of our videos, get their name up on screen in every single video, but maybe most importantly, get access to our members-only giveaways. We give away a Stump the Spread hoodie here every 7 days. Our next giveaway is going to be on the 17th, so definitely become a YouTube channel member if you're interested in getting in on that. Love sending out those free hoodies to our channel members whenever they win the giveaway. We've had actually a little bit of trouble. People haven't been claiming the giveaways. The last 2 have gone unclaimed. So if you're a YouTube channel member, get down there in the comments and let us know. We also may end up here in the next couple days doing a giveaway to just a random commenter too. So get down there in the comments. Also make sure you're pushing that thumbs up button, and you never know, you can end up with a free Stump the Spread hoodie mailed straight to your address. The guaranteed way to get in on that though, guys, is if you are a channel member, you'll be in on those giveaways every single week. So get in on that if you're interested, guys. We're going to dive back in. We're switching over to the NBA side of things now. Only a 3-game slate to cover here on, not the busiest Thursday out there in the sporting world. First up, we're going to be looking at the Toronto Raptors as they go on the road to take on the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Raptors come into this game 6-5 on the season, fresh off a 10-point win there at Brooklyn. So well played. They've kind of turned things around after a very slow start. Started things off 1-4, and all of a sudden they've beaten Cleveland, Memphis, Milwaukee, the Hawks. A tough loss there at Philadelphia, but then bouncing back and beating the Nets. So this road trip continues to look pretty decent. They'll head to Cleveland to take on the Cavaliers, so we'll see how that goes. In that win over the Nets, a lot of positives. Brandon Ingram played really well. 25 points, 5 boards, 4 assists. Shot the ball pretty poorly from long range, but did a good job getting to the free throw line. RJ Barrett had a down shooting night, but quickly was very good out there. 24 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 10 of 17 from the field, and 3 of 8 from 3. So good news there. Lots of guys chipping in. Nobody going particularly nuts, but a lot of guys chipping in there off the bench. This is looking like a very deep and talented team. They're not going to be an elite shooting team necessarily, but they can play some good defense. They only gave 109 to the Brooklyn Nets. Obviously, that's a terrible opponent, but still a lot of positives right now for these Toronto Raptors. So we'll see if they can keep things rolling here. Played some good defense, ended up with a huge edge there on the boards, something they'll be hoping to try and find a way to replicate here against the Cavaliers. Now, the injury report for Toronto is looking very good. They're relatively healthy. The full starting 5 is ready to go. At least 3 of their top 5 bench guys is ready to go, and it looks like they could actually end up fully healthy for this game. A couple guys listed as questionable there in the second unit, but seems like both have a decent chance to end up playing in this game. So we'll see what they can do there in Cleveland, taking on the Cavaliers, who are deep into their game against the Miami Heat. Several guys were sitting out for Cleveland in this one, but they're making a real game of it. They're actually up 6 points right now. We're liking what we're seeing. Very good night out there for Jarrett Allen. DeAndre Hunter putting up good minutes. 17 points from Craig Porter Jr. coming off the bench. Tyrese Proctor playing really well off the pine. So a lot of guys, like I said, for the Cavaliers were resting for this game that we expect to be back for this one. Guys like Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, they would all probably be projected to be back for this one. It's not 100% for sure. Sounds like a contusion on Garland's left great toe could be a problem. We'll see if he makes it back for this game. So Garland might not be back. Donovan Mitchell, though, he just sat out to rest. He's going to be back for this game for sure. And Evan Mobley also out for rest. Seems very clear that he will play on the second half of this back-to-back there for the Cavaliers. So we'll see having everybody else out there. We could have some kind of tired second unit guys. That's definitely a possibility. We'll see how that plays out. We're liking, we did see Lonzo Ball there in the starting lineup. He's scoring 12 points, 2 rebounds, rebounds, 6 assists. He's playing really, really well out there. So a lot of positives, especially showing off the depth there for the Cavaliers. Now, looking at the numbers for this game, they are 7-point favorites. We've got a total of 238.5. Toronto is 5-6 against the spread this year. They are 6-5 to the under. They are 3-2 against the spread this season, coming off of a win. Cleveland, they're 3-8 against the spread. They're 6-5 to the over. They are 1-1 against the spread this season, playing on no rest. Guys, I'm going to be taking the Raptors here, getting 7 full points. I think this is a very reasonable value here. I definitely think Toronto could theoretically have a chance to win this game straight up against, I know it's not going to be a tired Mobley or a tired Donovan Mitchell, but other than that, this Cleveland roster is going to be a little bit worn out. There's a possibility of guys like DeAndre Hunter sitting out. Lonzo Ball could sit out, so they would be lacking depth there at point guard. How well is Jarrett Allen going to play on back-to-back nights? We'll have to wait and see, but I do think this could be a very tired Cavaliers team, and I think the length and athleticism and the hustle of the Toronto Raptors could be a big problem. So definitely think this is a good spot to take the Raptors here, getting 7 points. We also have a couple player props that we like here for this game, and first up, I'll take Brandon Ingram over 3.5 assists in this one at -140. He's put up at least 4 assists in each of his last 4 games, and is going up against a tired Cleveland team that's playing on back-to-back nights. I still think he's fine to get to that number, even if the Cavs are a bit of a step up from the teams the Raptors have been facing lately. I'll also take Jalen Taysom over 7.5 points here at -112. He was playing great for the last several games, easily getting over this number, but then ended up in the concussion protocol after playing 31 minutes there against the Heat back on Monday. If he is actually back for this game, which keep an eye on that, I think, which he is being projected to be back for this game, I think we'll see him comfortably get over this number. Last up, I'll take Emmanuel Quickly here, and this might be my favorite one, over 21.5 points plus assists at -108. Quickly has been playing great over his last 4 games, easily clearing this number, and now he gets to take on a tired and probably shorthanded Cavaliers squad that has had a hard time slowing down really any elite level guards and anybody playing on the perimeter. I mean, I think he's going to have a good night out there. Might not even need the assist portion of this bet to clear the over. I think he could put up 22 points all on their own, and potentially, the assist could just be extra on top. Rounding into the home stretch here, guys, we're looking at the Indiana Pacers going on the road to take on the Phoenix Suns. The Pacers are 1-10 on the season. They just lost 152 to 128 at Utah. It's getting real bleak for Indiana, guys. Not going to lie. It doesn't get much worse than what we've seen recently. This poor team is so banged up, just decimated with injuries. We knew this was going to be a rough season for them without Halliburton, but there was some optimism that, some guys could step up. Siakam could have a big season and maybe they would be decent. It is not looking like that's going to be the case. In that loss at Utah, it was brutal. Siakam played well, 27 points for him, 25 from Nembhard. Those were guys we were hoping would do good. Aaron Nesmith, he played well. Some decent, numbers coming off the bench. I guess TJ McConnell, 12 points in 11 minutes. He's looking good, but the defense was terrible. They gave 152 points. They couldn't stop anything that the Jazz were trying to do. Gave up 35 points to Markkanen. It was just rough out there. This Pacers team, 1-10 looks like a tank it out kind of season to me. Nothing positive happening right now for Indiana. It's looking brutal. The injury situation is not getting drastically better. Mathurin probably going to be, is he confirmed out for this game? Toe issue. Yeah, he was ruled out for Saturday's game there against the Nuggets and hasn't been back since. So we'll see when he eventually gets back out there. He's considered week to week. So keep an eye on that, but I would be shocked to see him play in this game. Other than that, they're relatively healthy. Obviously, no Obi Toppin, and he's going to be out for a while. That sucks. So we'll see what they can do. They're going on the road to take on the Suns, who are actually playing right now. They're up 10 points at halftime there over Dallas, so hopefully they can come through and get the win for us in that game as our dog of the day. The Suns have been playing really well. 6-5, they can get this win. They beat 7-5 on the season. This is a team that caught a lot of flack in the offseason, the whole Durant situation, but they've still got Devin Booker. They've got some decent pieces that play hard around him, and sometimes that's all it takes, and they've been looking really good, blowing out the Pelicans the game before this, currently up 10 there at halftime over the Mavericks. Grayson Allen coming off a insane performance where he knocked it down 10 threes. Definitely having a little bit of he's 1 of 3 from 3. That's not bad, but only 1 of 6 from the field. So not ideal. Hopefully he does some more playmaking. We need him to get a couple more assists so we can cash our player prop. Liking what we're seeing from Devin Booker. Obviously he's playing out of his mind. 13 off the bench for Jordan Goodwin. So far in this game, they're playing really, really well, especially the bench. Doing great there against the Dallas Mavericks, who ended up, despite acting like they were going to start Anthony Davis, not starting Anthony Davis. So glad that we do, we were on the right side of the intel on that one. So we'll see what the Suns do the rest of the way down the stretch in this game. But they've been looking good. They've been relatively healthy, too. Always got to keep an eye on that injury report on the second half of a back-to-back. But I do think there's a good chance the Suns will pretty much be playing everybody when they get back home. That trip from Dallas to Phoenix is not too tough. So looking at the numbers here, guys, the Suns are 4.5 point favorites. We got a total of 231.5. The Pacers 5-6 against the spread, 8-3 to the under. They are 3-6 against the spread after a loss. The Suns are 7-4 against the spread this year, 6-5 to the under. They are 0-1 against the spread on no rest. I do like the Suns here a little bit. The poor Pacers are just so banged up. Now, maybe this could be a bit of a rough spot. Gonna have to wait on injury news, see who's actually going to be out there for the Suns and all that kind of stuff. But I don't exactly see the Pacers having a great time against anybody right now, especially not playing on the road against a Western Conference opponent. Last but not least, we're looking at the Atlanta Hawks going on the road to take on the Utah Jazz. Now, the Hawks haven't even tipped off their game that's happening on the 12th there against the Kings. We do like the Hawks a decent amount in that spot. We'll see how that goes. No Zach LaVine there for the Sacramento Kings, so we did beat some injury news out there. We'll see. They could be resting some guys here in the second half of a back-to-back. That hasn't really been something they've been doing much this season, so we'll have to keep an eye on that, but I do think we will probably see most of the Hawks out there. They are going to be making the trip there from Sacramento to Utah. Not a bad trip at all, though, guys. So fatigue, especially this early in the season for a pretty young team, I don't think that's a massive consideration, but it's definitely something to keep in the back of your mind. The injury report looks okay. Obviously, it's far from updated. Anything could happen in their current game that they're about to play, but right now we are liking what we're seeing, at least looking at the Hawks right now. And they've played really well. Trae Young going down has not derailed this team too aggressively. Obviously, they're better with him than without him, but we'll see what they can do down the stretch. I do think this Hawks team is more than capable of figuring it out and being a very solid threat out there in the East. So we'll see what they can do here. Going on the road on no rest to take on the Utah Jazz, who are 4-7 on the season. They're fresh off that blowout 152-128 win there over the Pacers. Obviously, lots of good news in a game like that, albeit against the skeleton crew there for the Pacers. Markkanen played well, 35 points for him. His trade value is just absolutely sky high. Ace Bailey, 20 points in his 26 minutes. That is a huge deal. 4 of 8 from 3. Looks like he's finding his stroke, finding some confidence there, shooting the ball from distance now in the NBA. Man, how dumb do the Warriors look for not finding a way to trade for Markkanen? Just saying. But anyway, like what we're seeing from Keontae George this season, Mikhailuk finally getting a chance, and he's playing really, really well. 3 of 5 from 3 for him in that game. Lots of good shooting there coming off the bench. Obviously, you're going to shoot the ball really, really well to put up 152 points. They certainly did that. So we'll see what they can do here. They are playing at home. They're only getting 1.5 points right now here at time of recording, so I guess the odds makers are playing it a little bit careful, thinking that the Hawks, playing on back-to-back nights, could potentially be resting some guys. We'll see what happens. The Jazz look very healthy coming into this game. Niang, obviously not back yet. Taylor Hendricks, he's dealing with a hamstring issue. He won't play in this game, but that's not a huge deal here. Obviously, the Hawks, the Jazz have everybody you would expect them to have. So they're getting 1.5 points here. We've got a total of 233.5. Atlanta is 5-6 against the spread, 7-4 to the under. They're 1-1 against the spread on no rest. Utah 7-4 against the spread, 6-5 to the under, 2-1 against the spread coming off of a win. I am actually going to lean towards the Jazz here just a hair as underdogs in this game. You could also maybe talk me into the over. I think we'll see a good amount of points scored here, but I do think the Jazz are the side you want to be on here, especially playing at home against the Hawks team, but this is for sure a wait-and-see spot. Gotta see what's actually going on in this one before we get too excited. Gotta wait until tomorrow until we get a full injury report there on the Atlanta Hawks. Guys, that's all the games we have here for today. Hit that like button for good luck on all of your bets, and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Let me know in the comments any questions you have on today's slate. I'm more than happy to get back to you. Definitely get down there in the comments. If you are a YouTube channel member, you'll have a chance at a hoodie, and get down there and become a channel member. That'll make you have a chance to get a hoodie. So I appreciate all of you watching. Make sure you click the link in the description. Get over there to stumpthespread.com for sure. Get on that free email list. It's a fantastic resource every single day. Check out the free picks over there under the free picks tab. They've been running really hot here recently too. Definitely check out all the premium stuff as well. An immense amount of work goes into those premium picks every single day. So you definitely want to get in on that if you are a serious sports bettor. And guys, we'll see you right back here tomorrow, same time, same place, for more sports betting action.